Master, where other shows give mere spurts of entertainment, we spray it around in liberal doses. It's not just a TV show for our viewers, we actually ship them out here for a 7-day stay. Here they enjoy offshore breezes, hearty Agadoo sing-alongs, and the chance to find that elusive gold sticker for their Italian 90s sticker album. So let's go over to Games Master for the first challenge.
Welcome to the Games Rig for another batch of video game teasers. For tonight's first spree, I thought we might go racing on Mario Kart. The evening's premier contestant needs to win the Mushroom Cup, the first race on the 100cc class. A little tip: if you acquire a red Koopa shell, don't hesitate to hurl it at your opponents, as it will cause mayhem on the track. Most amusing. Rev up, please.
And karting around with Mario and his Menches tonight is a young man from Kingston. Please welcome Peter Walters. Hello, Peter. Peter, this is a drive. All right, thank you. This is a racing game, Peter. Do you drive yourself?
Well, not at the moment, no, but hopefully in a couple of years.
Hopefully in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And you can choose different characters on this. Who have you plumped for tonight?
Well, I'm going to be a Koopa Trooper, which is sort of turtle person.
And what's good about him?
Well, he can corner well, and he's got the speed to overtake people, so it should be all right with him.
Okay, well, I hope you do very well. If you'd like to take your place in the games playing chair and get ready to rev up. Tim Boone, main man at NMS, is with me at the side of the racetrack. Again, Tim, welcome.
Dominic, hello.
Now, Tim, any tips for young Peter here?
Yeah, he's picked the Koopa Trooper, who's one of the sort of bad guys of the race, a little bit heavier than most, but he's got a lot of power. And if he uses a bit of patience, he can really steam along. But my best piece of advice, really, is cheat whenever you can.
Okay, some wise words from one of the bastions of British industry there. Okay, Peter has to come first in the 100cc division Mushroom Cup race. Peter, are you ready?
Yep.
Then off you go. Okay, so here comes Peter revving up at the start. He's in 8th position at the beginning.
What he's got to do very quickly is forge his way right through to the front, right about right here.
Okay, in the bottom you can actually see a map which details each of the cars. You can see Peter weaving his way up there.
He's doing quite well.
He's up to 4th already, he's up to 3rd. Brilliant start from the grid
nice
here.
start now, but he's gone off the side. Now you can see the box at the top. If he's now got a selected special weapon, which is now banana skin.
And what will that do?
If he drops that, the person behind him with any luck will hit it and spin off.
Okay, well he lost a bit of ground there, but he's back up to 4th. He's on the 2nd lap
position.
here.
Not doing too bad, just taking over Princess Daisy, not too bad.
Okay, now he's gone off again. He's going to lose speed whenever he skids off the track there.
Check out what his special weapon is this time round, and it's
another banana skin
again. Yes, he's dropped it.
Now those banana skins stay on the track, so he could actually slip up on them himself.
Absolutely.
Okay, he's up in the 2nd. No, he's back in 3rd now.
He goes.
Okay, he's been knocked off the track, but he's been knocked up in the 2nd place. Oh, he's back in 3rd now.
Like I was saying, the important thing is cheat whenever you can. Knock people off, cut corners.
Now he's got a green one, a green shell here. Oh, he's flinged that away. It's bobbing diagonal all over the place.
No,
I think it's a
but it might rebound back on him.
Okay, he's on 4 laps. It's a 5-lap race, and he's back into 4th place now. Oh, nice
second. He's second now. All he's got to do is take one other person.
Went off the track, but it didn't matter. Oh, he's slowing down. Oh, big shortcut there. He's in 2nd place. He's got to finish first. He's coming up to the final lap now.
I think he can do it. If he keeps his wits about him, he can do this.
If you look at the map at the bottom, it's Luigi.
Go on, he's almost there.
Here's Luigi, just do it.
Oh, he's gone for track. Can he take him?
Come on,
yes, I think he can do it. I think he can. He's in first place. No. Oh!
So unfortunately, Luigi just put Peter. So Peter was 2nd. Very good, but not good enough. Round of applause for Peter. Final clear. They're getting a little bit carried away, Peter. It's the excitement, you understand. All right, thank you. That's quite enough. All right. Now, Peter, you had a brilliant start. You tore off the grid there. It was so close. Look at that, 1300ths of a second. But why did you lose those 1300ths?
Well, basically, I was battling against 3rd and 4th, and I got past them in the end. And at the end, I actually could have won because I had a red tortoiseshell, which is a bit like a homing missile. But unfortunately, Luigi was invincible. So I could have just got him at the end, but I shot it too early.
That's the story of my life there, Peter. Well, listen, thanks very much. Have you enjoyed yourself on Games Master?
Yeah, it's brilliant, thanks.
We've enjoyed having you. Another round of applause for our gallant competitor, Peter Walters. As a succulent appetizer to this week's Celebrity Challenge, let's go over to the panel for this week's reviews. This week, gear shafts, burning rubber and lots of oil. No, it's not Frank Buff's boudoir, it's driving games. First up, slip inside 3 of the world's fastest motors for an ample portion of speed in Test Drive 2.
The graphics are extremely jerky for the Super NES. I mean, this machine has got some of the most advanced custom chips in it, and they're just not being used in this game.
The way the cars handle is very, very poor. I mean, they sort of slide about, and when they slide about, the sound effects sound like a load of dogs barking down the bottom of the drain pipe.
I thought it wasn't that bad, although it was more interesting when you're driving in severe weather conditions with manual gear change, but isn't it always the way?
Next up, don your overalls for dirt track shenanigans in Super Off-Road.
Boys, this is one for you if you fancy being lured to another level by a busty blonde stroking your trophy.
I was interested to see how they actually crammed the tiny sprites down into the Game Gear, and what they've actually ended up doing is scrolling the screen as you move around. And it works really well.
All the fun, all the thrills, all the power-ups are there to be enjoyed. And overall, it's really good.
Finally, rev up your monochromes for a portable play with Jeep Jamboree.
The graphics are neat, and the way the car handles takes a bit of getting used to. It seems like it's sliding all over the place, but it actually handles quite realistically.
The game wasn't very challenging at all, really.
Come on now, settle down.
The landscape's all a bit samey, though. Although the graphics are quite nicely detailed, you get more cactus to the pound than you do in Test Drive 2, for instance.
Jeep Jamboree is a welcome breath of fresh air.
Ride your chassis into a slipstream or two with the Logic 3 freewheel.
Now this really is the driving man's dream for any kind of driving game, because it's so realistic. You just obviously turn right to right, left to left, and to accelerate you just push the whole wheel forward, and then to slow down you pull it back. It's really sensitive, but that is also a problem because it does take quite a long time to get used to. But once you do master it, it's excellent. Basically, it gets the thumbs up for me, and it's also a very good price.
First up on the Amiga, put your feet to the floor with Lotus Turbo Challenge 2.
The sound and graphics really are absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's showcase stuff.
I think it's great fun for the novice drivers, but you know, it tends to get a little bit boring after a while.
You'll tend to find that a lot of the levels you'll complete quite quickly, quite easily, and then you'll end up seeing, well, it's just another racing game.
Second on the grid tonight, burn some rubber on your Amiga in Formula 1 Grand Prix.
Very sophisticated, certainly for the Nigel Mansell, certainly for the serious racers.
It's very fast indeed and plays excellently.
Absolutely smart, with a capital S, basically. I mean, it's just like being there.
Bringing up the derriere on the Master System, frolic your way across the landmarks of Europe in Outrun Europa.
The Master System doesn't cope with 3D racing games very well indeed, but it's quite fun, if a little jerky at times.
The graphics aren't fantastic. In fact, at times they're a little bit crap. But yeah, it's quite a nice game.
Perhaps my next challenge will curb your appetite. And talking of curbs, I thought a spot of high-speed curb crawling might tickle your fancy. Lotus 3 is the game, and you have just 90 seconds to complete the particular level I've set aside. As if that wasn't enough, I also littered the course with roadworks. So don't forget to click and burn rubber, as I believe you young things say.
And for this challenge, we're lucky enough to have Lotus's Formula 1 Grand Prix #1 driver. Please give a warm welcome to the future of British motor racing, Johnny Herbert. Welcome, Johnny. Now, Johnny, when you're in the pit stops, do you ever get the chance to play a game or two?
Yeah, I've got a Game Gear and I have a spot of golf one way for the tyres to be changed.
Okay, now you're so good at the real thing. We haven't even given you a practice on this. We've just shown you the controls. How confident do you feel?
Not at all, really. I think it's going to be quite difficult, but I'll enjoy it.
Okay then, if you at home want to find out if Johnny gets a checkered flag or a twisted suspension, join us after the break. Welcome back to Games Master. Tonight's special guest, the young gun of Formula One, Johnny Herbert's about to play Lotus 3. Joining me in the commentary box is Tom Watson from Renegade. Welcome, Tom.
Good evening, Dominic.
Have you got any tips for Johnny?
Well, I think the thing he's got to do is keep clear of the roadworks. Plenty of them on this section, lots of obstacles.
Okay then, Johnny, are you ready?
Yep.
Johnny has 1.5 minutes to complete the race and his time starts now. And off Johnny goes.
Okay, well, the car's got a 5-speed manual box, and Johnny's really got to be careful, especially if he bumps into something, to change down so he can keep the revs up.
Right, all these roadwork signs, they'll actually slow him down.
They're slowing him down, as you can see. They're just knocking him off. He's taking a little bit of grass on the right-hand side there. He's heading towards the first checkpoint.
Okay, he's had 24 seconds. He wants to be hitting this checkpoint at about 30 seconds.
That's right.
I think he's going to be a bit behind here, Tom.
Well, he's at about 170 kilometers an hour at the moment. The Elan on this model will go up to over 200, so he's not quite performing at this.
He's slipping there. He's made the checkpoint in 38 seconds. He's 8 seconds behind. It's going to be very difficult for him to make this up now, Tom.
Well, I think Johnny's been confident that he can perform in this car. He's got one himself. I think he can make it all the way.
Okay, then here goes Johnny. He has had 55 seconds here. He's got 5 seconds to make this other checkpoint. He's still going to be a little bit behind. Perhaps he can pick... Oh, he's picked up quite a lot of time there. He's back on schedule. He's had 1 minute and he's hit the second checkpoint. Brilliant second stage by Johnny there, Tom.
Well, he was really keeping clear of the traffic. I mean, he just had a little bit of a contretemps there with a white vehicle, but that's really what helped him make that time up, Dominic.
Okay, Johnny's got 16 seconds left. This is going to be very, very close. He's had a brilliant second half of the race. Everybody here is rooting for him. He's coming in. He's got about 10 seconds left.
Through the bridge, under the second bridge. The checkpoint isn't far away.
He's getting very, very close. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and oh, Johnny is just out of time there.
And there it was. There it was, over the finishing line.
3 seconds over time, but it's still a brilliant performance by Johnny Herbert. Johnny, that was desperately close. Where did you lose those 3 seconds?
Well, the first section, I had a few wheel banging sessions with a couple of other cars.
And Aaron Senna wasn't even there either?
No, he wasn't, no. So it must have been someone else, obviously. So,
right. Well, bad luck, but you provided us with a brilliant challenge tonight. Another round of applause for our special guest, Johnny Herbert! Gaming gurus have been soiling themselves with anticipation for the last 2 months. Well, it finally happened. We got Showleaf to set up Games Master Live. A heaving, sweating mass of 75,000 fanatics flocked to the NEC in Birmingham last weekend for this 3-day video gaming orgy. Revelers went haywire in a riot of free arcade game spectaculars. They glutted themselves on virtual reality escapades, positively violated themselves on state-of-the-art laser beam shootouts, prostrated themselves at the latest movie tie-ins, and totally fried their brains on the very latest games soon to hit the market. Amongst all of this, of course, there were some old crowd pleasers. All in all, enough hardware and software to satisfy the most sordid of video game fantasies. Literally everyone was queuing up to stock up. This poor chap was even searching for a skincare counter. But what the crowds were really thronging to see was the Games Master himself, complete with Games Rig mock-up and some bloke in a silly red jacket. Fans clamoured to take part, but at the end of a very special day, some of them just couldn't make the grade.
They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. Does anybody else think...
Now it's back to the slightly misshapen headed one for tonight's final challenge.
Back so soon? The appetites of boy racers everywhere will be sated by my last offering for tonight. A high-speed encounter on Nigel Mansell World Championship. Each contestant has 1 go to record the fastest possible lap time. Don't forget to fasten your seatbelts.
For this challenge, we have a bourgeois v proletariat struggle Lenin himself would have been proud of. Please welcome Clive Burden and his boss, Richard Wakeling. Welcome, Clive. Welcome, Richard. Welcome to the show. Now, first of all, Clive, is it the case with Richard that you guys have to do all the work and he sits in the office practicing games?
Definitely that. He's not too good at them, though.
So there's obviously a bit of a rivalry here, then.
Definitely. We got scores to settle.
All right, then. Richard, it must be difficult getting good staff these days.
It is very difficult.
Who do you think's going to win, then? Who's the favourite?
Well, we've both had a practice, and, it's been close, so it's going to be, I don't know, down to sort of last-minute things, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Clive, if you'd like to go first, plop yourself in the game's playing chair. Richard, hang on behind, make sure he's not slacking or anything like that. Exactly. We'll get ready to start. And joining me in the pit is Super Pro's Dave Perry. Welcome, Dave.
Hi, Dominic.
Now, Dave, they're not using a joystick here. They're actually using a steering wheel. Is this going to be easier or harder for them?
Well, the idea of the steering wheel is that it gives you the feeling of being there. And for some people might find it easier, but it's a matter of personal preference, really.
Okay, each of our challengers have 1 lap each. Whoever does the fastest time wins the challenge. Clive's going first. Are you ready, Clive? Then rev up and off you go. Okay, so here we see Clive, and off he goes. We can see the time in the very, very top left-hand corner of the screen here. On the map, in the top middle, you can actually
shows you
see
where you are.
He's the white car, currently second to last.
So currently hitting all the signs and blocks along the road. There's no crash mode in this, but you do lose a bit of time when you hit it. You get pushed backwards a little bit, and you have to. And obviously the computer has to drop you down into first to get you going again.
Okay, so it just costs a bit of time. He's going all over the place. That looks like it's a one grosh too many there, I think.
Lots of nice little adverts along the side of the road for Gremlin.
Okay, the time is 36 seconds so far.
The blobs on the track at the top of the screen. The white ones they represent the Williams car. The red one's a McLaren. Yellow one's a Lotus.
Okay, now he's actually made it into first place. This should be easier now, Dave. We won't have any in front of him.
That's right, he shouldn't be hitting things really now. If he just watches his cornering, make sure he doesn't hit any of the things on the
Okay, we can see he's coming in the home straight. Just after this bit, oh no, someone's been overtaken him. It's going to slow him down a bit.
Seriously affect
1 minute 3 seconds. He's out of the tunnel. Just round the final bend here. Here he comes towards the finishing line. And the time is 1 minute 10 seconds, 0.70.
It's not a bad time.
Not a bad time at all. A very commendable time for Clive. Clive, as you'd like to vacate your seat, make way for Richard Wakeling. Okay, Richard, if you're ready, then off you go.
It's important to get a good start. Take as many cars early on. He got away from 3 then, very well.
Oh no, but one of them's overtaken him there.
He's around.
See his position in the left-hand side of the screen. He's 9 out of 12, 10 out of 12 actually. He's gone back a bit now.
Curiously dangerous tactic of actually going on the grass to overtake.
He doesn't want to get near those other cars, does he? And he's
doesn't want to stay on the track.
He's up to 8.
Beautiful bit of overtaking.
Lovely little spunky surge there from Richard, but he's slipped
lost it again. I don't know what's going on. I think maybe he's not keeping the steering wheel tilted forward. With this joystick, you have to have it tilted forward, or the car brakes.
Right.
Maybe that's his problem.
I don't know. I'm sure he'll have some excuse. Okay, 38 seconds gone. It's not too bad actually. It's quite close to this point.
Got a nice bit of clear road here. Get his speed up. He just wants to think a bit more about his cornering. He's swinging out wide, hitting the signs.
Right, because as before with Clive, every time you hit something, it does slow you down. Oh dear.
Yes, it does.
Caught up with there. 54 seconds. Okay, the time wants to be as well.
There's no excuse for this, really. There's no cars on the road in front of him. He shouldn't be hitting.
He's up to 6th place. He's gone 1 minute. It's going to be quite close though, actually, Dave. He's got about 6 seconds now.
Very, very close.
One more straight here.
One more straight. No, to get around this man. Mark the bridge.
Oh, this is the last 1 minute 10. Oh no, he's not going to do this now. He's
just over. Here he comes. It's a brave attempt.
So Richard finishes in 1:18.24. It's good, but not good enough, which means Clive is the winner. Settle down a bit. Now, Clive, that was absolutely brilliant. You completely tanked him. What have you got to say for yourself?
Well, it's definitely one for the workers, and it shows you that it starts with the staff and it ends there.
All right, well done. Listen, Richard, I bet you're going to dock a day's holiday off him for this.
Doesn't get a holiday.
All right, fair enough then. All right, well, Clive, you may not have a holiday, but you do have a golden Games Master joystick. Well, we've run out of time once more. The dinner gong has sounded. Auntie Marisha's done us some halibut lightly tossed in brine. I'll see you next week. Good night. The Games Master Club is open to all our viewers. It costs £11.15 for a year's membership. To find out more about what you get, either send a large stamped addressed envelope to the Games Master Club, PO Box 91, London E14 9GT. Or you can ring this number, 0891 600 123. Calls cost 36p a minute, cheap rate, and 48p at all other times.